A simple but incredibly powerful lead guitar concept. The idea that we can imply, melodically, optional passing chords even when they're not present in the rhythm section. So over two chords like A7, go into D7, a 1 to 4 change in the key of A, I can picture an E minor 7 passing chord like this. A7, 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor 7, A7, D7 or D9. Okay, that is a very, very common rhythm technique in jazz blues. Over top of those changes, I can play a 1, 2, 3, A7 to D7. Okay, so let's break this down as your lick of the week, but first I want to encourage you to start thinking about this more generally. Start looking for different passing chords you can include between common chord changes, and start thinking about how you can imply them melodically. For those of you who are good at following the progression using just basic scales like the blues scale, maybe you started using some arpeggios in your playing, this is the next step. This is the way that you're going to be able to get those very cool, very jazzy kind of sounds into your blues licks. Okay, so we started off with a very common phrase. A great lick for getting to the one. All right, so I'm in the minor pentatonic box, but I'm using some notes from the chords. I'm playing G string 5 to 6, and then 5, 5 on the B string in high E, and then sliding 8 up to 10 on the B string. Counting ourselves in, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then that A7 chord's there. All right, next, we're going to kind of switch keys in our minds here. A very common way of moving from the 1 chord to the 4 chord with a little extra style is to throw in a 2-5-1 progression in the key of D. So that's E minor 7, then the 5 chord in the key of D, which is A7. That's the chord we already had in the progression, and then to the D7 or D9 chord. Okay, over those changes, we can arpeggiate the E minor 7 chord, just hitting an E minor triad. So that's 9th fret of the G string, sliding up in, and then 8th fret B, and then 7th fret high E. So far we have. All right, now I'm gonna walk chromatically. All right, that was the 8th fret, high E string, up to the 9th fret. Now, we're going to play over top of the chord A or A7, just like this. All right, so that was 9 on the high E, 10 on the B, 9 on the G string, picturing the A chord as a D shape. Then 12th fret G, and now the progression's gonna drop us off onto D7, so we're gonna grab a piece of that chord, the major third and the root note. 11th fret G string and the 10th fret high E. You put that together and we have A7. All right, E minor 7. Back to A. And then back to D7. All right, once more. 2, 3, 4. All right, see if we can loop it. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. All right, just like that for your lick of the week.